So, for those of you that do not know, I am a full time fraud investigator. And what I do is I investigate fraud claims all day. I'm trained in fraud and disputes. However, my specialty at this moment is strictly fraud. I have been working in the fraud department for almost a year and a half now. I do not have a degree in any type of fraud area, nor do I have any certifications. I found this job on Indeed after losing my job. I found it on Indeed, applied, and I believe what really made me stand out with this job was that I did a cover letter. And it wasn't just a generic cover letter, it was a cover letter that explained my experience and transferable skills. And yes, this was sort of an entry level role, kind of, but not quite. I call it entry level because they didn't require you to have any kind of degrees or certifications, and it wasn't um you didn't have to have experience either. So yes, it was an entry level role. Now, do I think the work is entry level? Not really. The work is not hard, but it can be challenging at times. We go through claims when someone gets a credit card with us because we are a fintech company. That's who I work for, a fintech company, and we do credit cards. And when someone gets a credit card through us and they're claiming that someone has made fraudulent charges on their card, whether they lost their card, it was stolen, or their card is secure, but they still are claiming fraud. I go in and investigate those claims. Investigate. I go in and investigate those claims and determine if, based on criteria, policy, protocol, whatever you want to call it, if it appears to be fraudulent activity. If it is, depending on what kind of claim it is, if it's fraud, basically they'll get their money back. If it doesn't look like fraud, then their claim is going to be denied. Basically, that's how it works. And I love my job. First of all, I work for an amazing company. The culture is amazing. Like everybody there, I've never had problems in the year and a half that I've been there. I've never had any real problems at anybody there. Everyone is like respectful of each other, nice and kind, and we just all get along. And the culture is just amazing, inclusive, very inclusive, and it's a vibe. My job is a vibe. I'm not gonna lie. Um, the work is not hard. Like I said, it can be challenging at times, but nothing I can't get through because we have all types of resources from our database or our knowledge base to our people that work above us that kind of they're like our mentors basically. And they assist us with claims when we need help. Like we have a whole channel that we go through when we need assistance with claims. So we're not on our own. We very much have help, and I love that. I love that for me. And for the most part, it's a non-phone job. It is remote work. I don't know if I mentioned that. I work from home. And I'm telling you all this just to say that I have had in the last maybe 3 or 4 years, I've had a few work from home jobs, like maybe 4 or 5, and not because they were terrible jobs. It's just because they were not the jobs for me. So someone else may get these jobs and love them. And I do know people that work at my old companies and they absolutely love the work that they do. However, they were not a great fit for me, but that does not mean that they were not a great fit. So I do help people find remote work from home jobs, and My job is non-phone for the most part. Now they just recently added where we do have to make some outbound calls, and those calls usually take about 5 minutes. We literally are just verifying information, verifying if it's we're needing more documents to prove their case and decide on their case. We'll call them for that. Or if it appears to be their relative is on named on the documents as the person that did the transaction, we'll call them to verify that, to see if they gave that person permission to use their card for their transaction. If they say no, fine, we move on with the decision of our case. So that's what my day consists of. And I realized that I was doing this series, and I know anybody can get on here and call themselves an expert, or a remote career coach, whatever you want to call it. I truly am a remote coach, and I have the experience to show it. Like, I have the proof is in the pudding. I have literally worked from home since 2012. And I wasn't even working a 9 to 5 back then in 2012, 2013. I was actually working as an independent contractor for a customer support company. But starting in like 2023 is when I got my first real work from home job. And it was a W-2 job. It was a phone job. It was claims in the hospital and cancer department. That was a very draining job. The company in itself is okay, but the management is not good. And that's where I went wrong when I, got too comfortable. I'm gonna say that I got too comfortable, and come to find out some of them were snakes. So, and that's just a thing about working for anybody, whether you work from home or if you work in the office, you always gonna run into your share of snakes. I'm just gonna be honest. And most of y'all know that. If y'all have ever worked anywhere, then you know, like, it's pros and cons to working anywhere, for real. So yeah, so that's pretty much it about what I do. I am going to attempt to do like a morning routine, and maybe some work from home vlogs. I'm not sure yet. I'm still trying to figure all of this out. I am introvert. I don't know if y'all can tell. I'm introvert. I'm shy, and I find it hard to talk on camera. So this is big for me to be on here talking to you all. But I just truly have a passion for helping people, and that's why I'm doing this. It's not because simply from trying to be famous online or make money online. Of course, I definitely do want to make money online, but it also comes from somewhere deeper than that. I truly have a passion for helping people. Some of you have reached out to me for help with work from home help, and I do have packages. The packages are $97. You get 4 applications. You get a resume revamp or a new resume if you don't have a resume, and I'll complete any requirements. Yeah. So any requirements that that job has, I will help you with that. And so yeah, I am going to be coming on here with some resume tips, interview tips, job search tips, all of that, because I am sitting on so much knowledge. I'm even thinking about doing an ebook that I could sell for a low price, just to help out those of you that prefer to read the information instead of just listening to me talk about it. So because if you're anything like me, like, I'm a visual person also, but I'm also the type of person, I retain information better if I can read it myself and see it on paper. So if there's something that y'all would be interested in, just let me know, and I will be back tomorrow with a new video. Bye.